50 protests, 50 states, one movement. This is the 50-51 uprising. And it's not just about politics. It's about who we are and who we refuse to become. Welcome back to. Today we're diving into the growing wave of resistance sweeping across America, the 50-51 movement, a decentralized grassroots campaign uniting people across all 50 states in opposition to the second-term policies of President Donald Trump. Now you might be asking, the answer is layered, but it all boils down to a growing unease with what many see as an erosion of democratic values, civil rights, and inclusivity. At its core, the 50-51 movement is a direct response to three major actions taken by the Trump administration in his second term. 1. The rollback of DEI initiatives. Diversity, equity, and inclusion programs have been gutted across federal agencies and educational institutions. Supporters claim it's about removing woke ideology. Critics, including civil rights organizations, argue it's a thinly veiled attempt to erase decades of progress on racial and gender equity. 2. Immigration Reform 2.0. The administration's new reforms have not only restricted asylum access but have introduced strict quotas, heightened surveillance, and detainment expansion under the guise of national security. These policies disproportionately impact communities of color and undocumented workers, fracturing families and livelihoods. 3. The Musk factor. Billionaire Elon Musk's increasing involvement in federal affairs, from tech regulation to defense contracts, has raised eyebrows. Critics warn of the encroachment of unchecked corporate power into public governance. Is this democracy, or a dangerous merger of wealth and state? What began as online outrage quickly mobilized into a national demonstration, one that's youth-driven, tech-savvy, and deeply intersectional. From Los Angeles to Louisville, Anchorage to Atlanta, voices are rising. The crowds include students, veterans, teachers, immigrants, parents, even former Trump voters disillusioned by what they see as authoritarian drift. In just 3 weeks, the movement has gained over 2.7 million active participants, and the hashtags #5051 movement and #StandUpNow have been viewed over 420 million times across platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and X, formerly Twitter. This isn't a fringe uprising, it's becoming mainstream. These protests are not merely anti-Trump, they're a signal, a flare shot into the political night sky, that Americans are fed up with being ignored, divided, and devalued. The erosion of DEI programs doesn't just impact college campuses. It affects how businesses hire, how schools teach, and how we show up for one another in daily life. The immigration crackdown isn't just policy, it's people. Children growing up in fear, workers being deported without due process, families shattered at borders. And as for Elon Musk, the blending of corporate mega influence with state power should alarm us all, regardless of political affiliation. A republic cannot be steered by shareholders. The 50-51 movement is calling for 3 immediate actions. Reinstatement of federal DEI protections and funding reform of immigration policies that respect international law and human dignity, and congressional oversight of corporate influence in government contracting and policymaking. But beyond policy, this movement is about identity. Who do we want to be as a country? Do we still believe in liberty and justice for all, or only for those with power? This is a moment in history, and moments like this don't come often. So, wherever you stand politically, ask yourself, are we moving toward a nation that uplifts, includes, and protects, or one that silences, divides, and profits? If the 50-51 movement proves anything, it's that people still care, deeply. And that gives me hope. If you stand with equity, with democracy, with compassion, share this video. Subscribe, stay loud, and above all, stay awake. Subscribe to Planet Perspective for more insightful commentary.